Welcome to a world of magic, courage, and timeless virtue.
In the enchanted land of Faerie, where shadows hide ancient evils and light shines through noble hearts, brave knights rise to defend truth and honor.
Guided by the radiant Faerie Queene, these warriors embark on dangerous quests not only to defeat monsters, but to conquer fear, doubt, and temptation within themselves.
Tonight, we follow the journey of the Redcrosse Knight and the pure Lady Una as they face dark sorcery, deadly dragons, and trials of the soul.
This is a tale of faith, bravery, and the eternal battle between good and evil.
Welcome to the Faerie Queene.
In the radiant realm of Faerie Land, where silver rivers shone beneath golden skies and enchanted forests whispered ancient secrets, there ruled a magnificent and noble queen. The Faerie Queen Gloriana was the symbol of glory, wisdom, and virtue. From her crystal palace, she sent forth brave knights on sacred quests to defend truth, defeat evil, and restore harmony to the world. Among these knights was a young warrior known as the Redcrosse Knight. His armor gleamed like fire in the sun, and upon his shield was painted a bold red cross, the sign of holiness and faith. Though courageous, he was still inexperienced, for his journey was not only a test of strength but also a trial of the soul. Beside him rode a gentle lady named Una. She wore simple white garments, symbolizing purity and truth. Her parents, a king and queen, were imprisoned in their own kingdom by a terrible dragon that had laid waste to their land. Una sought the Redcrosse Knight's aid to defeat the beast and restore peace. Together they journeyed into a dark and tangled forest.
The air grew cold, and the trees twisted like claws against the sky.
In that shadowed place, they encountered their first great danger. From a foul cave slithered a monstrous creature named Aurora, a horrifying beast with a woman's face and a serpent's body. Her breath was poison, and her cave was filled with bones and filth. The Redcrosse Knight trembled at first, but remembering his sacred mission, he charged into battle. The monster coiled around him, squeezing tightly, nearly crushing the life from his body. Yet with a final burst of strength and faith, he struck her down. The creature perished, and her dark offspring scattered into dust. It was his first victory but far from his last. Unseen by them, however, an evil sorcerer named Archimago plotted their downfall. Jealous of goodness and loyal to darkness, he used wicked magic to deceive the knight. One night, as Redcrosse slept, Archimago sent false dreams into his mind, visions that made Una appear unfaithful and false. Confused and wounded in spirit, the Redcrosse Knight awoke filled with doubt. Though Una pleaded for trust, he abandoned her in anger and rode away alone. Thus began his greatest trial, the loss of truth. Left alone in the wilderness, Una wandered in sorrow. A fierce lion approached her, its golden mane shining in the light. Yet instead of attacking, the lion knelt before her gentle presence and became her loyal protector. Even wild nature recognized her purity. Meanwhile, the Redcrosse Knight was lured to the House of Pride, a magnificent palace built upon weak foundations. There he met Lucifera, a dazzling but arrogant queen who ruled over vanity and sin. Within her halls paraded the 7 deadly sins, figures grotesque and proud, each riding strange and terrible beasts. Though uneasy, the knight lingered too long in that corrupt place. Soon he was challenged by a dark warrior named Sansjoy. Their battle was fierce, and Redcrosse was badly wounded. Weak and close to death, he escaped the palace before it could collapse into ruin, a symbol of pride's fragile nature. Exhausted and ashamed, the knight was eventually guided to the House of Holiness. There, wise and gentle caretakers healed his body and restored his faith. He met teachers who spoke of faith, hope, and charity. He was shown a vision of a heavenly city, radiant and eternal. Through repentance and spiritual growth, the Redcrosse Knight became stronger than before, not merely in body, but in soul. At last, fully restored, he reunited with Una. Together they traveled to her parents' kingdom, where the dreadful dragon still guarded the ruined land. The dragon was enormous, its scales harder than iron, its breath like blazing fire.
The first day of battle shook the earth itself.
Redcrosse fought bravely but was burned and wounded, falling into despair. Yet he stumbled upon a magical healing well that restored his strength. On the second day, the dragon's tail lashed like thunder, and once again the knight nearly fell. But during the night, he rested beneath the tree of life, whose sacred power renewed him. On the third and final day, summoning all his courage and faith, the Redcrosse Knight struck the dragon with a mighty blow. The beast roared and trembled before collapsing to the ground. The land was freed. Una's parents were rescued, and joy returned to the kingdom.
Bells rang, flowers bloomed, and songs filled the air.
Redcrosse and Una pledged their love and promised to marry, but first, the knight must return to serve the Faerie Queene and complete his vows. And so he departed once more, no longer a naive warrior, but a true champion of holiness. Yet the tale of Faerie Land did not end there.
Other knights rode forth under Gloriana's command. Sir Guyon, the Knight of Temperance, sought to destroy the seductive power of excess and temptation.
The noble warrior maiden Britomart, strong and fearless, journeyed in search of her destined love, proving that courage knows no gender. Each knight represented a virtue, and each faced trials that tested heart and spirit. High upon her throne, the Faerie Queene watched her champions with wise and patient eyes. She knew that the battle between virtue and vice would never truly end. But as long as brave hearts rose to meet the darkness, hope would shine like a star across the land. Thus in the world of Faerie, where magic and morality intertwined, the greatest battles were not only fought with swords but within the human soul. And so, in the shining realm of Faerie, the dragon was defeated, truth was restored, and hope rose once more like the dawn.
Yet the journey of virtue never truly ends.
For every generation must face its own dragons. Every heart must choose between pride and humility, doubt and faith, darkness and light. The knights may ride through distant forests and enchanted kingdoms, but their greatest battles are the same ones we fight within ourselves.
And somewhere, beyond the veil of time, the Faerie Queene still watches, waiting for the next brave soul to rise.
If you enjoyed this magical journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next adventure. Share this story with someone who loves fantasy, legends, and timeless tales of courage. And tell us in the comments, which knight's journey inspired you the most? Your support helps keep these classic stories alive.
Until next time, keep believing in bravery, and never stop chasing the light.